Okay, we live. Almost on mute. Okay. All right, shalom. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua walk the thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shema or the thought by Hashem Yahushua to the sisters. This is the ISUPK coming live from Memphis, Tennessee, 3000 Walnut Grove Road. We're here to teach the so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans their true nationality according to the Bible. We are the ISUPK, the school of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under command of General Hunter since 1969. You know what I'm saying? And we're here to teach the truth of the Bible, according to the Bible, right? And today's class will be how not to be deceived. Don't be deceived by no man, because we have been deceived by men that's on this earth, you know what I'm saying, by other nations, because they know who we are and we don't know who we are. So what they do is trick us into following their other gods and whatever they got going on. Like we just did, what was there, 4th of July, when people spend thousands and thousands of dollars out of one household, or I ain't gonna say it like that, but they spend money out of their pocket. There could be food on their table, money toward their rent, money toward their light bill. Would they rather go and spend it on some fireworks to sit in the air and blow up, or sit on the ground and set on fire, whatever, just to celebrate our oppressors, you know what I'm saying, victory over them being oppressed. But we were slaves when it happened. In 1767, we were slaves. So we should let no man deceive us at all. We let no man deceive us. And how we do that? By learning the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, by learning the things that the Lord left for us to learn by, right? So our first scripture we're going to visit is Romans chapter 3, verse 4, right? So I'm going to give y'all a chance to get that, because it's really important for us to know the truth, because without knowing the truth, you will still be in captivity. You still be in servitude under other nations. When you celebrated the 4th of July, you were celebrating the people that hung you from trees, the people that kill your brother innocently in the street, the people that pull up your sister for a traffic violation and she ended up dead in the cell, the people that roll up on a minor, a young brother, probably what he was like 11 or 12 or something like that, playing in the park by himself with a play gun. We are being deceived by the men that'll roll right up on him and shoot him through the window. You know what I mean? He's by himself. Nobody is in danger or anything. He's there by himself, and he still get gunned down by our oppressors. You know what I'm saying? Because those are the people that really deceive us. They set the lies up so our parents and grandparents will teach us those same lies and have the same interest and heart of our oppressor. Because what is celebrating 4th of July got to do with the so-called Black, Spanish, Native Americans? Not a damn thing. It has nothing to do with us, period. We were slaves then. They were having picnics, and you know, the word picnic come from pick a nigga. You pick one of these niggas and we're gonna torture them, we're gonna have good fun, we're gonna set them on fire. Everybody came from out of town, y'all can cut his toe off, cut his Johnson off, cut his balls off, and take them home, put them in the jar with the wine in it. Use them for souvenirs. We're gonna take pictures beside this burnt up nigga and send them off for postcards to our people and say we had a good time on the back of the postcard with our brother or sister burnt up on the picture with them. You know what I'm saying? And we continue to follow these people. We continue to follow these people, and it leads to our destruction and their success. We have made the United States their heaven and our hell. You know what I mean? Their heaven is all over the world right now because they want everything. The earth is given to the hands of the wicked. So now we got to deal with this, right? And so in order for us to start and begin to deal with it, what we got to do, we have to learn the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. So we won't be under this wicked, these wicked nations that have no idea of what serving the Lord is really about, or have no idea of the knowledge of the Most High. You understand? So what we're doing is going to the book of Romans, chapter 3, and we're going to start at verse 4, right? Let's see, let me check it out right quick. Okay, we're gonna start at verse 3, Romans 3 and 3, right? Give y'all a second. Okay, the book of Romans, chapter 3, verse 3. For what if some did not believe, right? This is the question. What if some don't believe? Does that mean that we just talking for nothing? We just out here running our mouth, we don't know what's going on? What if some don't believe? Does that mean that what we saying is not true? You know what I'm saying? Or what we saying is not gonna be, you know what I'm saying, it's not gonna actually happen. You know what I mean? Because this Bible have proven that we have real prophecies in this Bible. We have real things that occurred right now today that was written thousands of years ago in this Bible, right? In this book we call the Holy Bible, right? The word Bible comes from the word biblios, which just means a group of books. The word holy means separate. That means this book will be separate from all the other books, right? Just to break that down for you right quick. Like we are holy people. Our people are supposed to be separated from all the other people. We don't supposed to join ourselves with other people. We're supposed to gather ourselves together, right? So it say, what if some did not believe? Shall they unbelief make the faith of God without effect? So just because you don't believe what the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge is teaching, just because you don't believe it, don't mean it's not true. Don't mean the things that we say and we say and use the Bible to prophesy what's going to happen to these nations in America and all these people that came against the children of Israel. Just because you don't believe it, it's still going to have the effect on it, right? So let's read verse 4, right? Verse 4 says, God forbid, which means hell no. Yea, let God be true and every man a liar, right? That's very important. Let God be true. Let the Most High be true and every man a liar. How we do that? By getting our knowledge from the scriptures and from the men of the Lord that only teach from these scriptures. That's how we let the Most High be true, right? Because the Lord, the word of the Most High have never failed, right? And people have used this book to manipulate and deceive a lot of people. How can they use this book to deceive people? Because the people that were deceiving didn't know this book. You know what I mean? When they say God loves everybody, if they knew this book, they would say, oh, wait a minute. Malachi chapter 3, it said that God hated Esau. Romans 9 and 13 said God hated Esau. So how you love everybody if you hate somebody? So that's how we are being deceived because we lack the knowledge that we should have, right? So the ISUPK on the Command General Hunter is here to give you this knowledge and point you to this knowledge and help you get this knowledge, and maybe one day you won't be deceived by no man, right? So let's start back at 4. God forbid, yea, let God be true, but every man a liar. How can you let God be true and every man a liar? Because men lie. Women lie, men lie, but the Most High don't lie, right? Let's keep going. As it is written, that thou mayest be justified in thy sayings. How can you be justified in your sayings, right? If I say the Lord hate Esau. I can show you in the Bible where the Most High hate Esau. If I say you are supposed to eat pork, I can show you in the scriptures where it say you're not supposed to eat pork. If I say, let's see, if I say you're not supposed to celebrate Christmas, I can show you in the scriptures where you don't supposed to celebrate Christmas. That's how we let the Most High be true and every man a liar. Because of these pastors and these people that's been deceived by these pastors will say, ain't nothing wrong with celebrating Christmas. Let them kids have their fun. Ain't nothing wrong with telling them kids bunny rabbits lay eggs and you should hide them and color them and hide them behind the little bushes under the leaves and let them run with their little Easter baskets and put the boiled stinking ass boiled them boiled eggs in the Easter basket, and whoever got the most eggs, that ain't got nothing to do with Christ, right? So we let the Most High be true and every man a liar. They are a liar. Rabbits don't lay eggs. Rabbits lay babies. They be already kicking and look like little rats when they born. I think that's like it. But anyway, we don't do that, right? We try to teach the truth. We don't try. We teach the truth of this Bible, and we are bagged up by the truth of this Bible, right? Let's keep going. It say, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. So if we are justified by our sins, right? We might overcome all the sins that we had at first when we are being judged. You know what I mean? Maybe the Lord will look over what we did in our lifetime if we realize we've been doing it wrong and we trying to straighten up and we coming back, right? We coming back from out of the ignorance and disobeying the Lord. You understand? So this class is about don't be deceived by no man. Let no man deceive you, period. Right? So let's go ahead and drop it and let's get into the class. Right? Let's get into the understanding of these scriptures, right? Our first, okay, the next we go on to Deuteronomy chapter 11, and we're going to start at verse 16, right? Give y'all a second to get there, because this is very important. What the ISUPK teach to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans is very important. It's the most important thing you could ever learn in your life. So like it. It's the most important thing you can ever learn in your life. It's more important than learning how to build a house or fix a car or whatever, paint a room. This knowledge of the Most High is more important than anything you can ever learn in your whole life. Why? Because this gives you life. People die every day. Millionaires die. Poor people all the way to the millionaires die. Why? Because they don't have the Lord. You know what I'm saying? They don't listen to the Lord. They don't follow the Lord. They die from all kind of reasons and everything. You understand? We die all the time. So like it. Okay, let's see. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 11. We're gonna start at verse 16. It say, take heed to yourself, that your heart be not deceived. What is your heart according to the Bible? Your heart is your mind according to the Bible. Because your heart don't have thoughts. When it say, I love you from the bottom of my heart, that's dumb as hell. You love people because you know them. You got to know them, because some people you hate. You don't hate them from your heart because you think your heart is all love. Ain't nothing but warm love, buttery love in my heart. That's gay. Your heart is your mind. If you get a heart transplant from somebody else. You're not gonna love the people that they love. You know what I'm saying? So your heart is your brain, right? So your brain lets you know that I should love my mother because she took care of me. She fed me, she clothed me. You know what I'm saying? She did everything. I love my mother. I love my father. He did this and he made sure I had this and that, whatever the case may be, or however it go. We learned how to love people, right? So let's say, take heed to yourself that your heart be not deceived. And ye turn aside, What they mean by turning aside? That means that you're not focused on what you're supposed to be focused on. You turn aside. You're not in the right path of what you should be in. You're gonna turn aside. You don't went left. You going off. Like we say, you going off. You done lost your mind. You done turned aside. You done did something that you didn't have no business doing, right? Let's keep going. And serve other gods and worship them. So when you turn aside and you serve other gods and worship them, what happened? How does the Lord feel about you turning aside and serve other gods and worship them? How does the Lord feel about that? Let's keep reading. Verse 17. It say, and then the Lord wrath be kindled against you. That's something that you don't want to happen. The Lord wrath to be kindled against you, right? The Lord's wrath. That's actually my name. Come on, y'all. The Lord's wrath, right? Be kindled against you, right? And he shut up the heavens, that there be no rain, and that the land yield not her fruit. So if the Most High shut up the heavens and there be no rain and the land don't yield no fruit, what's going to happen to you? You're going to die because you can't eat. The land ain't producing no fruit. Ain't nothing going on, right? Ain't nothing. You can't get nothing from the Most High. He didn't shut up the heaven. Everything, all the blessing that you were getting is over with, right? Let's keep going. And lest ye perish quickly from off the good land which the Lord gave you. So when you be deceived and you serve these other gods, the Lord wrath and anger is kindled against you, right? The Lord will shut up, the Lord will stop sending all the blessings he sent from heaven. He won't even let it rain, falls, you know what I'm saying? Your plants need water to grow. Your plants need things to grow, you know what I'm saying? Or you need to do things to make things happen for yourself, and the Lord would make this cease, you know what I'm saying? And then you will perish quickly from off the good land which the Lord gave you. Why? Because you let men deceive you. You let men turn your mind or your heart away from serving the Most High. And when you do that, you turn your mind away from serving the Most High, whatever happens to you, happens to you, because the earth was given into the hand of the wicked, right? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So therefore, you understand me? Therefore, you will not prosper in anything you do. Why? Because you have left the understanding, or you have been deceived and don't get the understanding of the Most High, and you think going to church every Sunday of your life got something to do with the Most High, when the Most High said the Sabbath day is the day that he gave you to worship and to rest, right? Well, let's keep going, right? Let's drop that. Let's go to the book of Job, chapter 15, and we're going to read verse 31. You understand? The book of Job, chapter 15, verse 31. All right, let's go. The book of Job, chapter 15, verse 31. Let not him that is deceived trust in vanity. And that's what the ISUPK do. Let him that is deceived trust in vanity. Why would I say that? The ones that are deceived, that trust in vanity, are the ones that do 4th of July. They do Easter, they do Christmas, because they have been deceived that this actually means something. This Christmas, I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna get extra lights, all them little glass bulbs we put around them. I'm gonna put extra bulbs, glass little bulbs. I'm gonna go all out. You know what I'm saying? And we come around the ISUPK and let them know that that has nothing to do with the Most High. We don't care how many trees, how many lights you buy, decorate your house, how many Christmas trees, how many presents you buy to strangers, or whatever you got going on. That is all vanity. What is vanity? It means nothing. You're doing it in vain. It means nothing what you're doing, right? Let him that is deceived trust in vanity. Salaki, let not him that is deceived trust in vanity, for vanity shall be his recompense. Recompense means what somebody owes you, or what you're gonna receive from somebody, right? Vanity is gonna be your recompense. You're not gonna get nothing. All the Easter eggs you done bored and colored, and the kids running around happy with their little bag full of them bored eggs, that means nothing to the Most High. And the ISUPK come and we say, hey, that's nothing, right? That don't mean nothing. The Most High didn't tell you to do that. Our oppressors told us to do that, right? Shalaki. Okay, so let's keep rolling. Let's drop that. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 14, verse 9. And you know, a lot of people don't agree with the Most High, therefore they don't agree with us either. Because we agree with the Most High. We let every man be a liar and let the Most High be the truth, right? Because if these men were actually telling the truth, they will get this knowledge and understanding from the Most High. They won't get it from some man that never read the Bible, but always went to church, always listened to what that pastor said. He know all the and he came down to Jericho, and come so that ain't got nothing to do with the Lord. That ain't got nothing to do with the Bible. It sounds good. The Christian church is for you to feel better when you leave. Because if you don't feel good when you leave, you're not going to bring your money. Imagine going to an amusement park, right? And you don't have no fun at all. You're not going to spend no money. The amusement park make you feel good. They had the little music playing, and they had the little onions and bell pepper fried that make you think they really cooking something real good in there. But all they doing is got onion and bell pepper on the grill, right? If you didn't have fun at the amusement park, you wouldn't go anymore. You wouldn't even go. We go to the amusement park to be amused, to have fun. So when they go to this church and the pastor say, wait a minute, you can't come in here dressed like no hoe. And you drunk, you was at the club last, you gotta get out of here. Whoa. Young man, you was a man, you can't have that damn dress on in here. And why your neck like that? Straighten your neck up, take the dress off, and come back when you're ready. Oh, wait a minute, woman. Son, is you a woman? Woman, is you that man's son? No, you can't come in here as no woman looking like no little boy. With your woman paws all strapped down to make it look like you got muscles. No, you can't come in here like that. This is the house of the Lord. You got to straighten it up. What would happen to the Christian church if he did that? Wouldn't nobody come to the Christian church? Wouldn't nobody come because Pastor tripping. Yeah, bro. He told me let my titties out. And we all know that I don't like these. I'm a man born in a woman's body. This dumb as hell. But if the pastor say you're not a man born in a woman's body, you are a woman that probably been molested by your uncle or your dad or your big cousin or whatever, and you hate men now. But that's not the way. Now you acting like you hate the Most High because you're going against what the Most High did for you all because of man, right? But the pastor is not doing that. The pastor say, come as you are. Just drop off some of that cash to me. Put some of that money on me. You know what I'm saying? Lay it down, lay it down. That's what the pastor is saying. Lay it down. You know what I'm saying? Come in here with your money. Let me make you feel good no matter what evilness, no matter what abominable things you are doing on this earth. Come in here. Let me teach you and lie to you like no matter what, Christ gonna forgive you. He died for everything you done did. You done killed and murdered and molested and did all these things. You don't even have to stop. You can keep doing it. All you got to do is stop and say, God forgive me before you die, and then you will be in heaven. That is a lie. Let no man deceive you. Let's get to the scripture, if I may, right? The book of Ezekiel chapter 14, verse 9, right? It says, and if the prophet be deceived, when he have spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet. So if a prophet is deceived when he speaks these things, the Lord has deceived that prophet. Why? Because the Lord wants the people that actually read the Bible and understand to know that this man is a deceiver. He's been deceived by the Most High because the Most High probably knows hard and know that what he's saying, what he's trying to do is come up in life. He's not trying to help God show the people. He's trying to come up in his life. He's trying to trick these people into giving him money, and then he will go buy him all the cars and all the houses that he can get rent from, and he building himself up because for some reason pastors think that the Lord wants them to have a whole lot because you deliver the word. No, the Lord trusts you to take this money and give it to the poor, the motherless, the fatherless, the widows, the people that need help from the Most High. And if the men of the Lord actually help the Most High, like the ISUPK do, Shalaki, if the men out here that was teaching these Bible and in these high places like Clef Flo Dollar and T.D. Jakes and all these people, if they were actually doing the work of the Lord, it would be more people, more than what you think they got. But those people are there because they don't want to serve the Lord. They don't want to stop eating pork. They don't want to stop celebrating Christmas. They don't want to do none of the things the Lord say don't do. So they go to a church that it might seem as if they're doing the right thing, but they're not. It might seem as if the Lord is in here. You feel that? Did you feel that, kid? The same thing they feel in them church and they get to shouting and all that. It's the same thing they feel when they go to a Michael Jackson concert or Prince concert or go see Lil Durk and them perform. It's the same feeling. It's the same thing. They make you feel good, and all of a sudden, you know, Michael Jackson had big fat white men fainting that wasn't even gay. Oh, Michael! And they spent all their money to go to a Michael Jackson concert, and you see them being told out, they didn't feel out because Michael Jackson did the little, oh, and all of a sudden this big fat white boy fell out. And they got told his ass at the concert. Shalaki, they got told him at the concert. Same thing happened in church. The pastor and yeah, and and sister such and such then fell out. Cause she been wanting the pastor. She been wanting sister such and such fall out every Sunday. It's other sisters in there. Sister what you call it? She's sick of such and such and such. Just, man, she like, man, such and such found out there ain't something out here. Talking to another sister in the church. Such and such fall out every Sunday now, wearing that dress. I'm tired of it. This acting a fool. See, man, you know what I'm saying? They sick of such and such. But anyway, right? So the Most High deceived them preachers, and some of them do it on purpose. You know what I'm saying? The Lord put a veil over a wicked man's eyes, so he can't teach the truth. Because if a man really had the truth, they wouldn't do no wicked things like this. They don't have the fear of the Most High. They don't have the fear of the Lord like the men of ISUPK have. Because I got the fear of the Lord. I feel like if I do something wrong, I'm gonna get punished for it. Probably the next second, the next day, I'm gonna get punished for it. I'm not doing it. It ain't working. You know what I'm saying? Brother drop his wallet, I'm telling him before he even hit the ground. I don't care what's in it. Man drop his money, I'm telling him. I'm not gonna put my feet on there and stand there until he get through with his order. I've been standing there for 30 minutes. Nigga was like, damn, bro. Social discipline, he don't know I'm standing on his money. Oh, bro, it's all right. Put your mask on, nigga. And I'm standing on his $20. Like the Statue of Liberty, I ain't gonna leave this $20 until he leave, he got to go. Instead of me saying, like, hey, brother, you drop your money, brother. Who knows? It could be his money. He finna get his child some milk with it. Or he need this for some diapers. Or this all the money he got to eat while he go to work all through the week. Why would I want to take it from somebody just to go and buy some drugs or anything that's not going to benefit me? Why would I take out a man's mouth and all that if you know what I'm saying? I love my people. Why would I take out of my people's mouth if I actually love my people, right? Well, let's keep going, right? It say, I the Lord have deceived their prophet, and I will stretch out my hands upon him, and I will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel. The Lord is going to destroy all these fake prophets that deceiving the people. The Lord is going to destroy him. Why? Because the Most High knows that you wasn't doing it for him in the first place. Like I was told, you know that Bible, but if you say it right, you'll get some money. What they was really saying is, I know these scriptures and what it is and how to know all that, but if I say what they're saying, I get some money. But as long as I keep saying what ISUPK say, I don't get no money. So what would a regular person that don't have the fear of the Lord do? They would say what they saying. And they'll feel like, oh, the Lord has blessed me with all this, I got all this. They think the Lord is blessing them with that. But Michael Jackson thought he was blessed, right? Had all them billions and monkey bones and elephant man head and all this stuff, and died over some drugs. Whitney Houston died, drugs. You know what I'm saying? Millionaires dying. Rappers, oh Lord. Rappers die every 30 minutes, I think that. It might not be the famous rappers, millionaires, but they died. Why? Because these death angels is out here. You know what I'm saying? When you don't follow the Lord, your life is in jeopardy at all times. Every minute, every second of the day, your life is in jeopardy. And people be like, oh Lord, they ain't have to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace, King Von. And King Von was a killer himself. But when King Von would have killed your mama or your brother or something, you wouldn't be saying rest in peace, King Von. You wouldn't be saying free the nigga that killed the one. Or free, you wouldn't be saying it. But just because you're on this side of you following these kind of things, you think it's okay. Because you don't have the fear of the Lord. The fear of the Lord would change the way you think about your people and yourself and the things you do in this world. The fear of the Lord will change all this. You understand? So let's drop that. Let's get the book of Luke. Because you know a lot of Christians probably be like, well, we ain't living all the way back there in the Old Testament. We in the New Testament. Don't realize the New Testament old too. You know what I'm saying? The New Testament, what, 2,000 and some years old. So just because you say it's the New Testament don't mean it's new. It's 2,000 years old. You know anything else that's 2,000 years old? And no, you don't. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the book of Luke chapter 21. And we're going to go to verse 8. Right? Because this class is about not being deceived. You don't want to be deceived, right? The book of Luke chapter 21, verse 8, it says, and he said, take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name. Many will come in the name of the Most High. Many will come in the name of Christ. Say, well, Christ did this and Christ did it like this. The Most High wants us to do this, do that, do that, and do that. And they are liars. They are being deceived. You know what I'm saying? They are straight up liars, and they're trying to deceive you. They're trying to trick you out of your money, out of your draws, out your body, out of your whatever you got. They're trying to trick you out of it to make you feel like they are the man of the Lord, which they are not. Right? So don't let them deceive you, right? It say, for many shall come in my name saying, I am Christ. Now what is saying, I am Christ, what does that mean? Because they're not saying I'm Jesus Christ that died from Nazareth and all that. They're saying I am anointed by the Most High, anointed me to tell you this. But all the time, nobody anointed them to tell you anything because they are liars. They are deceiving the people. They got our people going to church on a Sunday to worship the sun. That's why it's called Sunday. That's why Monday is from the moon. That's the day they worship the moon. In the Bible, ain't no names of days. In the Bible, is the first day of the week, the second day of the week, the third day, all the way to the seventh day. Right? So if Sunday is the first day of the week and Saturday is the seventh day of the week, and the Lord say you should worship on the seventh day of the week, then what is we doing going to church on the Sunday? Why is we doing it? Why is we going to church on the Sunday if the Bible say the seventh day? Right? So let's keep going. It's saying I am Christ. I am anointed. The Lord anointed me. I spoke to Jesus myself. Liars. I spoke to Jesus. Jesus told me to get up and teach this Bible. And they teaching the same thing the slave master taught us back in the day when we couldn't even read. And they catch you reading this Bible, they'll kill you. Nat Turner and Harriet Tubman became revolutionary from reading the Bible. You understand? Christ was the greatest, Yahushua, who the word ignorantly called Jesus Christ, was the greatest revolutionary black man the earth ever seen. Why? Because he read these scriptures. He knew these scriptures. He knew the scriptures of the Lord. He understood that his people was in captivity. So he spoke against the government, the scribes and the Pharisees. He spoke against them. That's why they killed him. Imagine the people want to kill Superman. Superman go around the earth a couple times and rewind and make the earth go around the other way and rewind things and all that. And they still want to kill Superman, right? It's billions like, nigga, you doing too much good stuff. That's where they probably got it from. Christ. Christ was the greatest man on earth, and couldn't nobody touch Christ. Christ went with those people and let them kill him because this is what he came to do, to die for the children of Israel. but die for our sins, so the Lord can welcome us back into the fold. That's why Christ did what he had to do. But Christ had a choice. Like when they came to get Christ that time, and Peter jumped up and cut one of them niggas' ears off. Wow. And Christ like, hold on, put your ear, put it back on. Like, what y'all want? You know what I'm saying? Okay, I go with y'all. No. You know what I'm saying? But just don't run up on me like that no more. You know what I'm saying? Cause we outside. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. It's like, where I was at. Okay, Shalaki, it's like, and the time drew near, go ye not therefore after them, right? So don't go after them crooked pastors. Don't go after the rich pastors, $12 and these pastors that they got all this money and got everything that, you know what I'm saying? Everything that you think you want in life, you be like them pastors. You know what I'm saying? You go and be like those pastors and you think you're actually doing something, but you're not. You're actually not doing anything. You're actually following the men that hate you. You understand? That's a lucky guy. You see what we got going on. You're actually following the deceivers of the devils. You understand? Because that's what devil means. Deceiver. Devil just means deceiver. Devil means a liar or deceiver. Devil means somebody that's not going to tell you the truth. You understand? That don't love you. Your interest is not in their best. You know what I'm saying? Your best interest is not at heart or however this finish. You know what I'm saying? Shalaki. But the ISUPK are the men of the Lord, and we are here to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. You know what I'm saying? That comes from the Most High, right? So let's drop there. Let's get to 1 Corinthians chapter 15, right? And it's verse 33. 1 Corinthians, like it. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Right? Because what they are doing is deceiving us. And the fact that they are deceiving us using the word of the Most High is evil as hell. Right? It's very evil for them to use the word of the Most High and deceive people out of their money, women out of their bodies, you know what I'm saying? People out of their possessions. You know what I'm saying? It's wicked as hell to use the word of the Most High to deceive his people, right? So the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33, it says, be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners. Evil communication corrupt good manners. So if I have an evil communication, right? Evil communication is talking bad about my people, saying lies about the Most High. You understand? Basically just lying. Basically just have hatred in my heart. Down the street talking about a brother just that way down the street, or spreading rumors or lies, or saying that it don't matter what color Christ is. Because the Bible says that every scripture was given from the inspiration of the Most High, right? Every scripture. So if I bring out the fact that Christ was a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah, and he came for his people, they would say, "Are you teaching hate?" How is that hate? It's hate to them because they're lying, and I'm destroying their lives. Like $12 went on a video, like they gonna get some money back because he been lying, told him to throw away all the books, everything he done said about tithe and throw it away. Because he trying to save face. You understand? Talking about tithing, right? But let's go. I'm gonna read that again. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners. So if you're talking bad, or you talking behind somebody's back, or evil communication is a lie. It's you deceiving somebody. If you do that, then it's like if you do that, then you know what I'm saying, you'll have good manners to lie, right? So let's go ahead and drop it. Let's get the book of Galatians chapter 6, if I may. The book of Galatians chapter 6. The book of Galatians chapter 6. And let's see, we're going to go to verse 7, I think. Verse 7, right? This class is about not being, don't be deceived by no man, or no church, or no religion, or no falsehoods ever. If you really want to learn the truth and know the truth, you should come to ISUPK and the Command Junior Hunter. We got in Memphis, we got classes every Friday. So like you got classes every Tuesday through Friday from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Right? If you're in another part of the world, just look up isupk.com and find out the nearest school to you. And get the number and call the number and learn the truth for the Most High. Right? Okay, we still not trying to be deceived, right? So let's go to the book of Galatians chapter 7. So like in book of Galatians chapter 6, verse 7, right? So like it mean, excuse me or forgive me, right? Because I misspoke or whatever, right? It say, be not deceived. The Most High is not mocked. You know what I'm saying? For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap, right? So be not deceived, right? Whatever you do, you're going to pay for it. And when you see brothers out here just saying whatever come out their mind, because it sounds so sweet, it sounds so right and so nice. God loves you, brother. Just because you kidnapped that old woman and raped her and left her behind the school, God still loves you, brother. You alive. The Lord is on your heels. You know what I'm saying? Like the Lord's been on these wicked niggas' heels. Like you out here making money off of deceiving the people, making them think being a street thug or some kind of street dude actually means something. You understand? It's actually gonna benefit you in some kind of way because you are in these streets and you doing whatever it takes to get your money. You understand? You doing whatever it takes. You survive. You taking care of your family. You doing this and you doing that. You feel like the Lord would give you. Like Cap brought out yesterday. The drug dealer don't look at it as if, man, I'm finna stop doing this. I'm messing up families and all that. Because they know they messing up families. They know that this little girl that keep coming buying this stuff that he buying from her, they know that this is going to destroy her. This is going to destroy her life. They know this. But yet they still do it, right? What you reap is what you sow. You know what I'm saying? But the Most High say, whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So whatever weakness you doing and whatever vile, vain understanding you putting out here, you're gonna reap that. You're gonna pay for the lies you've been telling to these, for the God showing the people, because it said he scattered his flock. So you've been scattering the Lord's flock, and you're going to pay for it. No matter how many people. Now, Pastor Dickinson, he's all good. Pastor Dickinson ain't like that. He ain't like that. But Pastor Dickinson back there further than little boys. and touching little girls, or trying to have sex with a man's wife or a woman's husband. Any and everything going on in the Christian church, but it wouldn't be so if they were actually following this Bible, the Word of God, the Scriptures. If they were actually following this, they wouldn't be doing those things. They would have a desire to do those things. They will be afraid to do those things, right? Now, let's just not talk about the man pastors, because now you got women pastors. They got a first wife. A woman pastor was a first wife in the church. And one of the first things the Lord told mankind was be fruitful and multiply. How can a gay woman just laying down with another woman be fruitful and multiply? If they put all the gay, homosexual men and women on an island, do you think they still gonna create people? Do you think the people, if you put all gay people on the island, would they still come out with newborn babies? Yes, they will. Why? Because they are not actually gay. They just want attention. They are attention seekers. They are whores. Because after a while, this same little thing you've been doing to this same thing this woman doing to this other woman every night, she don't get tired. She tired of this. She gonna want some rod in her life. And one of them gay dudes that's been tired of this smell, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to do this. It's like a bathroom every time in the room you get to like it. I don't want to do this no more. And he gonna find that woman that's tired of this woman, and she gonna find that man that's tired of this man, and they gonna have some babies. But just because America says okay, and you got people that support, you got a whole LGBTQIP movement. Where's the movement for the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans to stop getting murdered in the United States? We thought it was Black Lives Matter until they took that money and bought them some mansions and clothes and whatever they wanted to buy. They got all this money, and they said Black lives don't matter no more. I'm hanging with the white folks, and they gated community now. I'm finna chill with them. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to 1 Timothy chapter 2 and 14, Bible shot, right? 1 Timothy 2 and 14, because the Black Lives Matter movement was started by lesbian women. Lesbians, like like the another crooked coon pastor be saying, lesbians, I think it's Jesse Patterson, something like that anyway. So let's get this, the book of the book of 1 Timothy, chapter 2, let's see. So 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 14, let's see what it says. It's like the book of 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 14 is saying, Adam was not deceived, right? Because a lot of people saying we are in sin because Adam was the first man that disobeyed the Most High, but Adam wasn't deceived, right? The Bible said, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in transgression, right? It say not, verse 15, notwithstanding she shall be saved in childbearing if they continue in faith and charity and holiness with sobriety, right? So Adam wasn't deceived. It was a woman deceived. And they got women right now teaching in the pulpit, right? And a woman don't even supposed to come in the sanctuary or in where they worship the Most High when she's unclean. So if you got a woman pastor, and when you come on your flower or your cycle, a woman's supposed to be unclean for 7 days. Do you think them women pastors that be on their cycle, they say, well, I can't teach today, I'm on my cycle, I'm not going in today. I'm not going to teach the word because I'm on my cycle. And you be unclean for 7 days. So it's gonna be one of them Sundays. It's gonna be this, you're gonna have to miss one of them Sundays. Every month, you're gonna have to miss a Sunday. Do you think them women pastors be like, nah, Reverend, you gotta take it tonight. I'm bleeding over. So like I'm on my cycle. I'm on my flower or whatever. I'm unclean. I can't come into the church because I'm unclean. Or when they have a funeral, they have the dead body in the sanctuary. Like when you come around a dead body, you be unclean for 7 days. So how is it that they can bring a dead body in this church on Sunday or Saturday and do a funeral in this church, and it's supposed to be the sanctuary of the Most High? Now everybody is in this room is unclean, but they'll be back to church Sunday, unclean, reading the Bible, and it's supposed to be the Lord's sanctuary, right? So that's why you shouldn't let no man deceive you. Period, point blank, right? Let's drop there. Let's go to 2 Timothy. 2 Timothy what? Chapter 3, verse 13. Yeah, a second to get there. Okay, the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 13. But evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse. Whoa. Evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse. That means they should grow worse and worse. So if you evil and you a seducer, you're gonna be worse than what you was at first because you're learning. You get experience with being evil. You're gonna be worse than what you was when you first started being evil. You're gonna be worse than what you was when you first started. You start talking to younger girls, and then you're gonna get younger and younger. And next thing you know, you're gonna be a full out child molester. That's just for example. You're gonna get worse. The Christian pastor don't just want your grandma money no more. They talking to the little baby. You ain't bringing that to the church. Tell your grandmama to go get. Grandmama already put all the money she had in the church. Go tell your grandmama to give you $1 to put in the church so the Lord can bless you, little baby. Go on, little baby. Go tell your grandmama she got another $1, some quarters, or something now. You hear me? They gonna get worse and worse. They getting worse, right? Deceiving and being deceived. So they are deceiving people and they are being deceived themselves because they don't know that the Lord is going to punish them. You're going to reap what you sow. The Lord is going to punish you for all the wickedness that you didn't put out here, all the evilness that you didn't put out here, everything that you didn't put out in the sight of the Most High. You are going to pay for it. You're going to reap what you sow. All the lies you told, you know what I'm saying? You are going to reap it. What that means, you're going to pay for every lie you ever told concerning the Most High, period. Right? Let's get the book of Titus. Let's get the book of Titus, chapter 2. Let's see, chapter 3. Verse 3, right? Book of Titus 3:3. It's like, for we ourselves also were sometimes foolish. Because I didn't just wake up or I haven't had this understanding of the Bible and the scriptures all my life. What I had to do, I came into the ISUPK under commanding junior hunter, under the captains and the officers in the school, and I learned how to rightly divide these scriptures, how to understand what's going on. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to know the truth. I didn't want to be a deceiver, and I didn't want to deceive no one, or I didn't want to be deceived myself. So I came and learned the truth, right? It's like the book of Titus, chapter 3, verse 3. It say, for we ourselves also were sometimes foolish, disobedient, deceived, serving diverse lusts and pleasures, living in malice and envy, hateful and hating one another. Like it. Let's read that again. For we ourselves also were sometimes foolish, right? We was foolish. We disobeyed the Most High. We disobeyed our parents. We disobeyed the men of the Lord that the Most High set above you, or the men of the Lord that when I asked you came and tell you the truth, and you disobeyed, you were disobedient. You know what I'm saying? You was foolish, you was disobedient, right? And by you being foolish and disobedient, you also deceive other people because you wanted them to ride with you. You wanted to go down with somebody. Don't nobody ever want to go down by themselves. That's why they got the little joke when a couple niggas robbed the bank and they went and hid, and when one of them got caught, the other nigga said, hey man, they caught us. Come on down from the attic. Come on down out of the attic. They caught us. He don't want to go to jail by himself. Tell that nigga to come down. He ain't in the attic. He ain't gonna hurt nobody. They caught us because they don't want to go down by themselves. So when they being deceived, they want to deceive other people, right? Serving divers lusts. Like if we get a sister in the school, we're gonna treat her like an actual sister in the school. We don't want nothing she got. She's here to shed herself from the world. And we don't take advantage of that. We don't even think about nothing like that. This sister is here because she want to learn the Lord like we learned the Lord. Why would I put my diverse lust before her learning the Lord and pleasure? Diverse lust and pleasures. Why would I do that? Because you got to be foolish to do that. You got to be disobedient to do something like that, right? It's like living in malice and envy and hateful and hating one another. We do this every day. I guarantee you, like the brother asked me, man, why you stop rapping and all that? I said, because I ain't want them to kill me. And he said, man, I know that's right. I didn't want to die. Because if I get 4 or 5 apples more than another brother got in his basket, he gonna who this nigga think he is? You know what I'm saying? He gonna say the Lord bless that brother get, you know what I'm saying? We all blessed. He might got a little more than me or whatever. Wake up and like, man, who this nigga think he is to have more apples than me? Who do he think he is? Right? Verse 4, it say, but after that, the kindness of but after that, the kindness and love of our God, our Savior toward men appeared, not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to his mercy, he saved us by the washing of regeneration and renewing the Holy Spirit, right? So we got to wash ourselves in the generations, right? Because we got to start teaching our children that Christmas ain't in the Bible. Christmas is not about Jesus. They celebrate Christmas thousands of years before Christ was even born. You know what I'm saying? They were doing these things Easter, years before Christ even died. They were doing all these pagan holidays long before, you know what I'm saying, Yahushua even was born. So what we need to do is learn the law, statutes, and commandments, get in class in the ISUPK, and then maybe you'll understand what's really going on. Because we were foolish. We are foolish to believe this pork-eating pastor actually followed Christ. Christ did the Passover. Do pastors celebrate Passover in these churches? No. Christ did the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Do pastors do the Feast of Unleavened Bread? No. Christ did the Feast of Dedication. Do the pastors do the Feast of Dedication? No. Christ did the Feast of First Fruits. Do these pastors do the Feast of First Fruits? No. Christ did the Feast of Atonement. They didn't understand. They don't do none of these things that Christ actually did. They're not really following Christ, right? Let's get this, the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 20, right? And then we're going to go and get up out of it, right? The book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 20. It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophets. The beast was taken, and with him the false prophet. Who is the beast? The beast are other nations that's not Israelites. We are called the sheep of the Lamb of the Most High, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? The beasts are the other people in the field, the other nations. They are called beasts, right? Let's keep going. It say the wrought miracles before him, and with he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast. What's the mark of the beast? Because beasts are anybody other or outside of the children of Israel. Those are beasts to the Most High. What's the mark of the beast? The mark of the beast is whatever you get that comes from those other nations. Whatever you get, like Christianity is the mark of the beast. Islam is the mark of the beast. Buddhism, Judaism, Dookie-ism, whatever the Africans do, I think it's called Dookie-ism because they anyway, Salaki. But those are marks of the beast. Because the Most High also got a mark. And his mark would be our people following the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. That's our mark. That's the mark of the Most High, that we follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Okay, let's keep going. With which he deceived them that have received the mark of the beast, and them that worship his image. What do we worship his image at? I grew up with a so-called white man with blue eyes and blonde hair on the wall, and they told me that was Jesus. The greatest man that ever walked the face of the earth, a revolutionary. They told me that was Jesus Christ. And I was deceived. And then I get older and run into the ISUPK and the Commanding General Hunter and found out Christ was a so-called black man, an Israelite, just like I am. His people went through what the Lord said the Israelites would go through, right? So that's how I learned. That's how I was not deceived. Why? Because I wanted to actually do what the Lord said to do. I wanted to actually follow the Most High. I wanted to actually, so I could not follow the Most High. I wanted to actually follow Christ so I can get to the Most High, right? It's like, these both were cast alive into the lake of fire, burning with brimstone, alive, catch alive. Lake of fire becomes fire, alive. You know what I'm saying? Because they were deceived, right? Verse 21, and the raiment were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse, which sword proceed out of his mouth. What does that mean? A sword proceed out of his mouth. That means that all the things you thought was true, when you see this man, this black, this nigga, this the roughest, toughest nigga you ever seen in your whole life, come out of them clouds, it's gonna cut the S out of you. When you realize, when they realize these heathens, these beasts of the field, and these people that receive the mark of the beast, it's gonna cut them deep. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna feel like when you come outside, it's gonna be 10, 20,000 times worse. When you come outside and realize somebody stole your car. It's gonna be worse than that. You're gonna feel cut. You're gonna feel pain, instant pain. It's gonna be horrible. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh. It's gonna be bodies. Everybody that took the mark of this beast gonna cover the streets with. It's gonna be covered with their bodies. Why? Because they follow their oppressors. You know what I'm saying? They did what their oppressors told them to do. They failed to realize that the ISU became the home of the truth, and they followed other people. And you know how the Most High only deal with one man at a time. And right now, he's dealing with Commander Jerry Hunter. You know what I mean? So with that, don't be deceived. If you want to learn the truth, come to ISUPK, come to class, you know what I'm saying? And we can help you understand these scriptures, understand what the Most High wants you to do and don't want you to do, all right? So let me, I'm gonna get the security announcement, then we're gonna get out of here, right? Okay. We are the ISUPK, start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister have an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Right? Tithe, which is a commandment. You can look in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21. Or you can look in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10. It means 10. In the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny, 10% of any increase the Lord gives you. It's like it. Yeah, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the Treasury Department or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like, right? If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that,